Hello, this is Kamani Barton, and this is my final presentation for Project 3, Introduction to Design 1010 for Non-Majors. Uh, this design called us to make an environmental campaign, including a series of designs, one being a poster, a billboard, and a t-shirt. These designs were supposed to be unified in some way that could either be color palettes, subject matter, text, typography, or theme referring to uh, rhetoric. Okay, so the topic I chose to focus on was fast fashion and overconsumption, and just how a need to overconsume and participate in fast fashion trends and purchases lead to the overconsumption of natural materials. So I kind of stuck with this design, this image of um, a fist just bursting through the globe. And the fist is holding, of course, a sock. This was supposed to be representative of how um, the need to consume kind of supersedes the need to protect our planet and contributes to environmental issues, of course. It's effective because of its use of very recognizable images. I chose to do more of a pop art style in the sense that I chose widely applicable images to be the center of my piece. The images were, of course, socks, the globe, the fist, all signs that are pretty much universally recognizable to anybody any passersby viewing the presentation. What's interesting about my layout here is that I used a three-quarter layout for my poster to center the viewer's focus on this big text image opposed to the actual text. The text, however, is still big enough and bold enough for it to be effective in its um, purpose of just further illustrating my point. The text is, of course, "Death by Fast Fashion. Are you okay with that?" Um, it's this text is interesting in its asking of a question instead of being kind of just a statement thrown at a viewer. It prompts further introspection into the role that this viewer may play in the consumption of fast fashion and their use of their participation in overconsumption and consumer culture in general. Um, the font I used for this text was a sans serif font, similar to what would be used on a receipt. Of course, I couldn't find the exact font. I just thought it would be effective if the font was easily readable and kind of reminiscent of that notion of like consuming and buying into consumerism, kind of like with the whole notion of it being a receipt. Moving on, the t-shirt, it uses the same color and same image and even the same text. And it's laid out in a similar way to the poster in that it's the three-quarter with the text taking up two quarters and the image taking up two quarters and the text taking up one quarter. The polka dots were kind of just to give the viewer more to look at. The image is impactful, but I felt it looked very empty without this gray element to kind of the pattern to kind of tie it all together. Um, I originally was going to use a white background, but the white background was very harsh to the viewers. Like looking at the poster was a little bit intense, and even though the message is supposed to be intense, I think the intensity is supposed to come from the image opposed to the color palette. I carried on this very same theme with the billboard. What I changed, however, was the way I displayed my text here. So for the first few images, the text was displayed in a three-quarter, again with the image being the biggest one. This is also displayed in a similar three-quarter fashion, only the three-quarters are this time vertical instead of horizontal. And the vertical three-quarter centers the image of the fist, opposed to it being like above. It's centered and framed in by this text. The use of these lines here also further amplify and center this image as the focal point and seek and help in uh, forcing the viewer's attention onto the image primarily. Thank you.